Good morning on the Empty Skull Ranch. Last time we met, so to speak, we had slab, we had frame, we didn't have walls. And over there, 2 walls up and a roof needing to be done. So anyway, let's take a little recap, a little update, so to speak. So what we had to do here was we laid some base trim down. Oh yeah, we gotta do it. So, not perfect, so all you contractors out there, I understand this isn't the best frame door in the world. Will it hold it? Sure. And I went ahead and I bought this door here, which had a magnet on this. Of course, I left a little bit of rusticles behind, but anyway, moving forward, we got these base trims here that had to get laid out with these base angles. So we got an angle iron here, we got a trim lip on the other side. So what we got to be, anyway, all right, short circuit. Basically, I've been getting on this here scissor lift, which is costing me a fortune. I could have just bought one, did the job, and sold it after and got the money back. Now you know. Anyway, right here, bring up the rolls of insulation, let them fall down the other end, hold them in place with a pair of wide-jawed vice grips, and then subsequently start at a starting point with the prevailing edge. So panel, panel, insulation, panel, panel, insulation, panel, panel, and so forth and so forth. It sounds like an easy process, but when you're working 2 guys against the elements, crawling on and off of the scissor lift and all that, it takes a while. It takes a long while. This wall took us all day, and that wall behind us over here took us 2 days because we didn't get the technique down yet. So once you get the technique going, everything starts flowing a little bit better. But as you can see, these end walls are not going to be like the side walls, not a one-size-fits-all panel. So we had to do a little bit of cutting. So let's come check these guys out over here. This back wall is going to be dark first. So let's get this done because we got light on the other side. So we had to take all these panels that are cascading in sizes from 14 foot 4.5, I believe, to 14 foot 10.5, 14 foot 10.5 to 15 foot 4.5, all the way up to 17 4.5 to make up for that pitch. So basically what I did is I took all those subsequent sizes with the prevailing edge faced in the right direction, laid them on top of each other with one mutual end, and then sliced them with the angle grinder. So now they all have that diagonal slope to them. So we're going to do the same thing we did on the sides. We're going to start insulation, panel, panel, insulation, panel, panel, till we meet this door over here. And this door is going to have a little bit of trim on it, green trim going up the side, going over the top, kind of a rain lip on it with a J channel on here, and then that weird wonky W channel on the top. So speaking of base trim, let me trim that off. But anyhow, hopefully as the day goes on, I'll give you guys some updates and we'll see where we fall.
Well, here we are on the high steel. The ranch truck looks really small from up here. I'm going to show you my method on how to get this insulation where it needs to go. So, it's not rocket science. I think you know where I'm going with that. Then after you get it slung over the edge like that, and then find you have a wicked long tag end to cut off, you secure it in place with a set of vice grips. I wonder who else likes vice grips. Well, here we are, a little bit later on in the progression of events. Had a couple things come up and then the time ran out before I could shoot the end of the video, but we were talking about the outside sheathing, which is right here. So, all in all, as you can see, Had a little bit of a low end meat right there. I ran a nice bead of caulking in there. And over on this end, we had the high end meet the trim, but it fit handily underneath there. So I just got to run a good bead right in there. But as you can see, it's shedding water. Still needs a roof. Still needs a roof. But anyway, walking this way, you can see all the panels made pretty good contact with one another. It looks pretty even. Enough so that I'm happy with it. I'm happy with it. So I do got to continue those screws from that side in that area just to reinforce against this girt up here. My main concern with this rain that we have right now is that this stuff inside is going to get wet and it'll look like a dirty diaper hanging. But hopefully everything stays nice and buttoned up. I made all the seams nice and tight at the top with the foam inserts. There's these little foam inserts that you put in right here. They connect and they contour the panel so that caps it all off so that water kind of doesn't go past it. It compresses it nicely. It's got a nice rigid area in the middle. I don't know if you can see that on the, but either way, these fit nicely. It's almost like they were made for it. Anyhow, so that is the insulation in a nutshell. Just got to repeat this wall over here. A little blurry, but yes, over there. So that has yet to be closed up, followed by the roof. Empty skull truck is still getting rained on. What a pity. But more importantly, some other conveyances that have to end up in here. What a mess. Still gotta get that cordwood in there, in that tent. But can't wait to get all this picked up and give you guys another update. Hopefully this whole wall will be standing by then. And then these ends trimmed off. As you can see, I had to right there. But start the wall prevailing edge pointing towards that side. Lay the panels, drop insulation, lay the panels, rinse and repeat. The building itself is not rocket science. Only problem is when you're just a one-man crew with a helper, it doesn't really get done all that fast. That's where my water bottle went. Anyhow, guys, thank you for watching. Like I always say, hope you enjoyed the video. More content to come. Please subscribe if you get the notion to do so. I'd really appreciate it. Family would really appreciate it. So on and so forth. All right, guys. See you on the next video.